Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to our Be Creative event. We're so excited.
This is exciting. Okay. And my computer's set up to automatically comment, and I have to delete that.
I'm going to say hi to the people in the comments. Hey, Joyce and Amanda.
I know.
Hi,
so many
Charles
people
and
in here already.
Yeah, we're so glad y'all are here.
It was fun watching them chat.
How did y'all find out about the event? From one of us? Tell us in the comments. We want to know how you found out about it, because maybe we'll do it again. Who knows? Hi, Sue. There's my Sue.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Look at Kelly's hair. Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it adorable?
Incredible. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. I love that.
Hi, Melissa. Melissa's here. Welcome, everybody.
April. Hello, April.
There's April.
Christy and Pam. Sweet. Well, I'm excited to jump into some bee crafts today.
Yes.
I don't know. Once we started talking about bees, have you guys seen them everywhere? Like every time I go to Hobby Lobby,
it's spring, so everybody's
I have two.
I love these.
Shout out to Krista. Thanks for watching. I won't tell your boss if you're supposed to be working. Although I just featured you. That's sweet. I'm excited for this. And I've been waiting. I really want to hang up my sign I'm going to make. So I'm excited.
So are we going to kind of share? Well, let's talk about like what we do, like who we are and what we do, because not everybody knows us.
Why don't you go first, Christy?
Oh, me? I didn't mean for me to go first. I'm Christie Daugherty. I teach hand lettering and doodling with a focus on faith. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to share with you what I'm going to do today. I'm going to let you help me pick out which card to do. But I'm going to show how to do a bee card on my iPad and then an envelope using traditional supplies, a paint marker, and some doodling on here. So I'm excited.
So cute. I love it. All right. Let's see. All right, Pam, I'm going to put you up.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm excited for y'all to see all the fun things we have planned. I am an artist, a mixed media artist. That means I love all the things. So I teach mixed media painting. I teach lettering for scripture journaling. And I've just started a printable club, and that's been a lot of fun. So I'm going to do a gratitude journal with y'all today. Hey, Brittany.
Okay, you caught me. I couldn't type that fast. So I was pulling up. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, Pam has her stuff in Hobby Lobby, and I had a picture of me holding one of them, and it's so cute.
You don't have it? We'll have to find it while you're waiting.
I'll find it here, and then I'll pull it up. But today, I'll show you guys what I'm going to make quick. So I have this sign we're going to put together, and I have where'd it go? I had two of them here. So I have the bee and then the bee kind, which I thought was kind of cute.
I love it.
Cut out. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And then also, I just love using this burlap paper. You can cut it by hand. You could cut it with your Cricut too. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to put all of that together. And then I also have a special over on my website too. So we're going to talk about that later.
Already asking for a kit, Chelly.
Ooh, I don't have a kit for it, but that's a really good idea.
Maybe if there's a big, huge response, we can talk her into it.
Right, exactly. Twist. If I have to go back to Hobby Lobby to get some supplies, you know what? I'll do it for you guys. For you guys, I will. Oh, I found my picture.
I also want to know in the comments where everybody's from. I love it. I'm from East Texas. Do we say where y'all are from?
I don't think I put it in the comments. I'm from North Dakota.
I'm from Alabama, the bottom of the state.
And there's Pam's.
Oh, I didn't see it. Yay. Thank you.
It's so cute. All right, let me get my big mug off the screen. Hold on.
Hi, Terry and Jackie.
I love seeing all the names. April's from New York. I see Pam Worley. Hello, my friend.
My artistry. Hello. Oh, thank you for sharing how y'all found us and where you're from.
Yeah.
And
it's fun because sometimes it feels lonely up here, right? And
yes.
And we don't know Are we talking to ourselves? We're just talking to each other.
The comments mean the world. We want comments the whole time. So y'all just keep on typing.
Right. We don't even care if you tell us what your dog's name is. We just want to hear from you.
Yeah. Hey, Joy.
Speaking of dogs,
Jennifer.
I'm obsessed. Are y'all dog people? You have to tell us in the comments if you have a dog and what kind. I have 2 wired dachshunds, Twiggy and Cricket. And then I have an older dog. I'm not going to forget her, 13-year-old Apple. So she's a rescue. But anyway, I'm obsessed with dogs. I know a lot of my followers and friends are. That gets the conversation really going. And then we can get started on our artwork.
Yeah.
What about y'all? Tell about your pets.
I have 3. Emma is a big black golden doodle. And then we have Charlie, who's a black and white golden doodle. And then we have a little bitty teeny weeny Rico who bosses them all around.
Isn't that how it is? That the little one is always in charge?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if you guys have been following me, you've probably seen my cat. So I have a black and white tuxedo cat, which we just very creatively named him Tux. So
Love it. You got to highlight Kelly's response.
What'd you say?
You need to highlight Kelly's response. Kelly.
This one?
Purebred dog. Her mother was a dog and her father was a dog. Pretty funny. I love that.
Kelly.
Oh, Sherry has 5 dogs.
She wins. Yep.
I love it. Thank y'all for sharing. It helps us get to know our audience better.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Are y'all
Sherry
ready
has
for
a
me?
cat named Magic. That's cute.
Yeah.
All right. Should we jump in? I'm sure you guys are anxious to get crafting, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is Christie's going to go first here at noon, and she's going to show us her project and tell us where you can get the supplies and how you can, purchase her files. And then I'm going live with mine at 12:30, and then Pam will go at 1.
1. Yep.
These are all ish times. Yes. Like mine's at 12:08, I believe.
Right. And we're just going to keep going. You don't have to find a new link. You just stay on this, and then you can come back. The replay will be here. So if your boss walks in, you can mute us and then rewind later.
And we do have links. Someone asked if we were going to have links for our things, and we do have links that we'll share.
Yes. Yep. All the things we're using. And then there's even some specials and some fun things that each of us have going on after this event. So we're going to share those with you guys too. Mm-hmm. All right. I guess if you're ready, Christy, we'll put you.
I got to change my camera, don't I? I forgot. Yes, I am ready.
All right, here we go.
All right. I forgot I need my light on. There we go. Okay, so
they're so pretty.
Can you see? Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, what I want y'all to do is help me figure out which card to do. Now, yesterday I did this card in a class. So I'm not going to do that one. And I did that one too. Hang on. Oh, I think I did this one also in my the class yesterday. So today I want to let you choose this be positive. Now, this may look familiar to you. This was on our flyer that we, our digital flyer that we talked about this event. I designed this on my iPad, and I can show you how I did that. We've got this one, Sweet Like Honey. It's got the little queen bee flowers, Sweet Like Honey. And then this one is the little scallop, Be the Change You Wish to See. I've already got a be positive. There we go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then what I want to do also is show y'all, I love making digital things, but I also don't want to give up my traditional art, right? And so this is the envelope that I made to go with this, okay? And I'll show you how to do this using markers and traditional supplies, okay? So let's get started on that. Here's my iPad. Now, if this is like super new to you and you're like, I do not know a thing about this, don't worry. Just watch, because it's so fun to see what the possibilities are. But I'm going to show you how to make cards. And this is a card set. This is a card set. And here's another one. And these are all on 8.5 by 11 paper. So imagine if you have a printer at home and you have some cardstock, you can just print cards out and not have to go spend $8 for a card somewhere. If you're getting a fancy one, right? You can customize it and make it so great. So here is the one that we're going to make today. So what I would do is print this out, and then I would cut it in half. Here's the card. So imagine this is the piece of cardstock. And all I did is make one cut in half. And then I folded it and I've got my 2 cards. Is that not so easy? Then you make sure with your envelope, you want to make sure that you get the right size. You want to make sure it fits. So I like to have envelopes on hand that are this. I think yesterday, Jackie told me they were size A2. If that's wrong, Jackie, tell me. Anyway, you want to make sure to have those on hand. I love to have it on hand because I know I'm going to print on my cards at home. All right. So let's get started. Okay, tell me in the comments to write Procreate, if you have Procreate and you use it. Well, you don't even have to use it. Just if you have Procreate. That's what I want to know, who my audience is. And I'm going to start by making an 8.5 by 11 canvas. Just like that. Oh, Procreate Master, you're so kind. You're so kind. I don't know about that. No, Apple, no, ma'am. My dog, of course, wants to eat right now. All right. Now, what I want to do first is I am going to, remember, we're going for this. And I already have my color palette pulled up. This is my color palette right here. And I'm going to take this blue color and I'm just going to drop it. And I'm going to make that the background for the card. And then I'm going to add a new layer. Layers are your friend, okay? So anytime you do something, I recommend adding a layer. I promise you it's going to make your life a lot easier. Okay, now I'm going to go look through my stamps. So the Be Creative stamps is what I'm using. And I do sell these in my Etsy shop. And I don't know if you're here, Chelly, but can you put that link up for anybody who's interested? This is going to make your life so easy. So you don't have to draw all these things. I'm just going to click on this bee. And it's tiny. And I don't want it tiny. If you know anything about Procreate, if you make it larger, you're going to change the quality of the artwork. So instead, we just go over here and we make it larger over here first. And then we stamp. And then if that's not what we want, we keep playing with it like that. Okay. So that's pretty good. The less you move it, the better. It's okay to move it some, but the less you move it, the better. So there's the bee. Now, thank you. She put the bee stamps in the comments. You learned, Angela. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Now I'm just going to drag and drop my color. How easy is this? It's like a coloring book. Do y'all love doing coloring books? Thank you, Tammy. I didn't know who all some of you, if you already have the B set, type in B so we know that you already got my stamp set, or type in B stamp set so we'll know what B means, because later we'll be like, oh, what did that mean? Okay, and then I'm going to blow this up really big because you learned something to tell me. I have to know what it was, because that might help me with other people know what they learned. But I want to make sure to get these eyes here. Oh, look at y'all. Do you have the stamps? Have y'all played with them yet? Okay, next. So I've got my bee. Isn't it cute just by itself? I just love him. Now I'm going to make a new layer. Again, layers are your friend. Now I'm going to look for the flower set. Now, I have a lot of flowers in this set. So this set, everything you use doesn't have to be bees. I've got different words as well, greetings, and then I've got all these different flowers. So I'm looking for a certain flower. And where is it? Oh, down here at the very bottom, of course. Okay. And again, I want it black for the outline, but I also want to make sure I know what the size is going to be. And that's pretty close, maybe a little bit bigger. And we can decide if he's smelling the flowers or not. I just realized this is not the one. Is that the one?
I love his little heart nose. That's so cute.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I remember what I did. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate this one in case I need a backup, because that happens sometimes. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring in the flowers. Oops. Now, sometimes this happens. That's just totally normal. That's Procreate. Sometimes we have these issues. How do we fix it is what we really need to know. So we go right here, and that one didn't have a problem. This one did. So I haven't picked up my pencil yet. I'm going to slide to the left and right. If you look up here, it says color threshold. You just have to change your color threshold, and then you can get it where you need it to go. And then I'm going to click continue coloring, and I'm going to tap on the color drop.
That is so cool.
Isn't it so fun and just simple? Like, it takes no time, and you can sit on your couch and do it.
So relaxing.
I love it. This is what I do at night. You were telling me, Pam, the other day that at night you like to do stuff while your husband's watching TV. Me
Yep.
too. That's exactly what I do. Okay, I'm going to do, maybe I'll do this blue here. Uh-oh, sorry. I just got a text. Praying for somebody. There we go. And then the other flower, I'm going to do this light pink. It's fun to pick your own colors too. So like I said, it's like a coloring book. So you can feel so creative and not do like all the hard work of drawing.
You can change it so easily too. So if you don't like it, it's not like when you paint something and then you got to repaint it.
Yes, that's what makes it real hard when you're working with when I do lettering on paper. Yeah. It's so hard now because I'm so used to being able to fix my mistakes so easily. I'm harder on myself, is what I would say. Okay, now this is fun and cute, but what I did on this stamp set as well, and a lot of you don't know this yet because I haven't taught it, but if you go underneath the flower bunch, the one I just stamped, and click on the one underneath it, it's a background. And so I'll make it black first to show you. So it just looks like a blob. So I'm going to tap it. I want to get it where I want it. And then it is like a shadow, not like like a shadow, but like a, see right here where that bee is kind of, anyway, I want the flower behind the bee's head. So I'm just going to make sure I change my layers. I'm going to switch that down. And I also want to change the color of it. So let's see, what color do we want there?
How about white?
Oh, like that. Yeah. I like it. My original has pink, but I also did other colors, so it was kind of hard to decide. Okay, so there's that. Now, the last thing, well, not the last thing, but one other thing is I added the words, and then I had some little corner corner doodles. That's what I'm trying to say. And I did it in white, so I'm going to keep my white. And the corner doodle, or the doodles like that, are up here, right here. They're pretty subtle. If you ever want to make something a little bit less subtle, let me show you. Usually if you duplicate this a few times, oh, I missed the comment.
I'll put it back up.
Yeah, just that to love it. So many options. Oh, good, Karen. I'm glad you like it. See how, I don't know if you could see how it just changed the intensity of it a little bit. And then you can keep it like that and duplicate and go ahead and put it in your other corners. I don't know if you've ever used flip before or rotate. Wait, flip. There's that. And now I'm going to put those two together. I'm going to duplicate them again. And then I'm going to flip the other way.
I should have my tablet out and be playing along with you.
Why don't you? You sure should. Maybe we should do this more often. Okay.
Right.
And then I'm going to move down here to find my whatever greeting you want. I have be joyful, be positive, be nice, or buzz off. That one's pretty funny. I'll do that one for now. Or just to show y'all, be nice or buzz off.
Right.
That's pretty funny. I'll just do that for.
We have something for everybody's mood.
That's right. That's right. Depends on your day. And if you didn't want, like, just as an example, hi, Melody.
We're excited you're here.
If you do not want part of something, erase it. All you have to do is just get in here and erase that part. I mean, I thought that was cute on here, but if you didn't want it, then you could.
Yeah, I think it makes the other stuff stand out better.
Yeah, it was a little busy.
Mm-hmm.
So I do too. I agree. Let me move it up, and then, oops. Oh, what did I do? That's weird. Okay, I don't know what I did. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move that up. And then one last thing. I can't not do. No, I don't think I really need it. I was going to put like a little lines like he's buzzing around, but that's kind of what those corners are. So there we go. Now I have my card front, and you're thinking, well, how do you print that out and make it into a card, right? So what I'm going to do is take all of those layers that I just did, even the background layer, and swipe them to the right and hit group. Okay. And then I'm going to hit the arrow down and just have that as a group. Sounds like somebody's busy in here. A busy bee. A busy bee.
Like Brittany says, buzz.
And then I'm going to take this whole thing and slide it up to the corner, and you'll see that it makes a square, a box there, so you know where to put it. And now I can go on to my next card. Okay. Oh, thank you, Terry. You're so sweet. Now, which one do y'all want to do next? We're going to do one more.
Let's do the pink one.
Well, wait, I let them pick. They might want to pick something else.
Are you, while you guys are putting in your comments, Denise asked, are we all doing cards? We are not. We are each doing something different.
In case somebody did see this then wanted to do it from yesterday, I'm just making sure. So blue or pink? Blue or pink? Okay, Kelly says pink. Thank you. So Kelly and Chelly and Jackie.
Jackie.
All right, y'all won the pink. Now, okay, so now I'm just going to ignore that, and I'm going to actually design on top of it. Okay, so I have a blank layer. I added a layer, and then I'm going to choose pink, and I'm going to drop, and that's going to be the background of my card. The background, sorry, of my card. I'm going to add a layer, and I'm going to go ahead and get my scallop little bee. I'm trying to remember. I think it's all in one stamp.
While you're looking for that, we do have a couple questions. So if you guys just keep dropping them in the comments, and then I'm saving them, and we'll come back when she's done with her demonstration, and then we'll go through the question.
I love that. I don't mind stopping if we
if they pertain right to what you're talking about, I'll throw them on the screen.
Okay. I forget that I have you here to help me with that. Okay, so I'm playing around with this. Oh, that was probably good, because I'm going to do the scallop on top of it. Where's the scallop? Right above it. It's just a blank scallop that you can use for anything. I wanted to separate it so you had it.
Oh, that's nice.
And also, what I really love about it is it's easy to color in. You don't have to work around the letters. And if you know, you know. Okay, there's that. Now, the background, the scallop, I'm going to make that red color. And look what happened. Y'all know what happened? Anybody? Tell me in the comments what happened. Why did I lose my words? Because layers are your best friend, and we don't have the right layers in the right place. I'm going to drop I guess I do need to keep an eye on the time.
Yep, we've got about 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, keep me in line and check.
I'll catch off.
And there's that. And then again, don't forget his eyes. You're going to be sad later when you're like, ooh, he has red eyes.
Right. Just like the old flash photography, right?
Yep. Okay. And then I thought at this point, look how simple, y'all. Simple. But I did think it needed something on the background, just something subtle. I don't even know if you noticed it. Can you see that? So the background is a stamp that I designed, and it is, I think it's one of the first ones. Okay. So it's like a background stamp. It says small all over bees, and then there's just an all over bees. I think I like the smaller one better. But anyway, I'm just going to, I don't know. I think I might like the bigger one better. But these are just like tiny, tiny little bees. Can you see them? As the background. Cute. Aren't they fun?
Repeating pattern, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And y'all tell me if you like that one or if you like the other size better.
That's cute too.
I guess I did the smaller one. I don't know what I did. What did I do? Maybe I did that one. Anyway, so I also didn't like it so white. And so I turned down the opacity of it, which is you hit the letter N and you turn it down like here, just so see how it can go away. I'm going to have to turn my notifications. I'm sorry. That's never happened that I know of. Maybe it probably happens all the time. I just didn't know. Okay. Probably didn't pay attention. There it is. And so now what I'm going to do is swap all these together, group them like I did the other, and then take that group and bring it down. Oops. Hang on, let me reset that. My dogs hear something and they're like ready to go after it. All right. Now, you have to have your Hallmark. You cannot have a card without your Hallmark on the back, right? I think one of them. Oh, this one I did in color, so you can also do that. But just pick one of the stamps, the B stamps. And if you just popped on, I do have the B stamps available for sale. Do you mind putting that link one more time, Chelly?
Sure.
So I'm just going to pick one. I'll just pick this one today and tap. Whoops. I've got to untap that and make a new layer. Make sure you make your new layer when you do this, because you want to be able to center it and everything, put it where you want it. And then you can also add it. Oh, I forgot. No, never mind. I was going to say, I forgot to add be positive, but that's because we said be nice or buzz off. Okay. And I'm going to go down here and move this one down here. And then when I print it out, again, I showed this in the beginning, but in case you didn't see it. So what I would do is I would put cardstock, just plain piece of cardstock like this in my printer. When it printed out, I would get something like this. Then I would just cut it in half this way and fold them. And I've got my 2 cards. Isn't that super fun? So now I want to show you, do I have time to do the envelope, Chelly?
I think we have a couple minutes.
Or I can talk about it either way.
Yeah,
I can talk about it. Yeah, I'll just talk about it. But also, I do want to say something real quick about my workshop. If y'all are interested in learning more about lettering or doing anything with me, I'm going to be showing how to do this on the iPad. And I'm also going to be showing how to do it. There's my little thing. I don't know if they can see what I'm showing now, but yeah, there's the little $10 workshop week. I should have asked you to put the link for that. But anyway, here is the what we're going to be doing, and then this is our bonus for that. And I was going to show this real quick before I go. So this is the envelope that can you make it zoomed in so I can? It's kind of hard to see because it's dark.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was overplaying in the comments.
Well, good. Thank you. Oh, I got to turn my light back on. Anyway, so all I did is use these paint markers. They're brush pen markers for this. I wish I had time to make it for you, but I want to get to the other ladies, but I just use that. See how it's got the brush? I love these. So they work like a paint marker, and use my glaze pen, which is my favorite black. It makes things shiny. See how that Amy is shiny? And then this will fit this, and totally I have my card for my friend's birthday or whatever I want to make it for. And I'm excited.
Or the buzz off card for somebody that you don't like.
Yeah. Okay. Can you change it to me? Because I want to answer a question real quick. Yeah, the buzz. Yeah, for sure. The buzz off card.
Right. Yep. You just have to flip your camera.
Oh. I was like, okay. I'm glad Shelly's here. This technology, y'all.
Right.
Okay.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Terry asked if I still teach a Procreate class. I teach Procreate with almost everything I do. I don't think there's anything that I do that I don't show Procreate. Right. I mean, there probably is something, but it's in my membership. When I do my scripture art classes, I also teach it. I teach it both ways. I have a Procreate course. I have
you have a membership too, right?
I have the membership is where I do, where I teach both lessons. So y'all, it's a blast. If you have not played around with Procreate, what are you doing?
Right. Get on there. Okay, we have another question.
Yeah. Did you you did add the link for this. Okay. Oh, Brittany added it too. So this is my workshop I want y'all to come to. It is next week. It is only $10. It's going to be so fun. If you decide to stay for the bonus, I'm going to be sharing this, how to do the colored one. Let me show that. Can I show this up close?
The bonus. Yep. There we go.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, got it. All right. Thank you so much. This was a blast. Did they have other questions?
Yep, we do have one more. You
want a class from the beginning? Then Terry, you want my Procreate course. Yeah. You want my Procreate course. It takes you baby steps from the very beginning, and it has I know, Kelly, come join us. Everything that that you need to know to get started. And I've got, comes with 100 classes and 100 templates. It's amazing. Wow. Yeah.
That's
Christy,
awesome.
don't you have a resource? Somebody in my group was asking this about the different iPads and what to get. Don't you have a resource for that?
Yes, I do. I will put that in the comments.
Okay,
But
thank
yes, I have it. It's a thanks for reminding me about that. It's a several pages. I see Brittany. Brittany, if you're here, I'm sorry. I didn't know she was going to be here. Would you mind putting the link? And I already had 2 links, and I was like, I didn't know which links.
I think people are new people would like having, because it is overwhelming whenever you don't know what to get and all that. So
Right. But they would learn a lot of it too if they joined your workshop next week, right?
Yeah, yes. If you spend
lot
that
of those
$10
basic-
and you will learn a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the freebie, so much fun. Brittany, did you hear me ask, can you put the link to the guide, my Procreate guide for beginners in here? Because or how to make art, on the iPad if you get a chance. I did not get that link put in here like I thought.
And then I can copy it to YouTube. We do have 2 questions if you have if
yes,
you want to jump on those. Okay, so are you using an Apple Pencil or just a soft pencil?
It is an Apple Pencil. Yes, y'all, this is amazing. It's everything. And it is expensive. It is expensive, but it's worth every penny. But it is like kind of plasticky. It has a pressure sensitivity in it. So whenever you draw with it, it is able to make like thicker and thinner words. Like, you can, it's just
Like real.
yeah, like a real brush pen. And if you're painting, like literally it's like painting because you make thicker lines and thin lines depending on, how your paintbrush would move and how much pressure you put on it. And this pencil has the ability to do that. A lot of other pencil, I don't know of any off-brand pencil that does what this does. It was created to be, to work with it and all that. So yes, the pencil's well worth it. Yes, absolutely. So I need in the beginning links for my iPad. Okay. Yes. I don't know if she might be out of pocket or she might not even be listening. So I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it on here right now while Chelly goes live.
Perfect.
But thank y'all so much. So fun.
great job.
Right. Thank you.
Oh, whoops. Let me put you back on the stage. There we go.
Hello.
So, you know what? If you want to drop those links, I was so busy in the comments that I didn't set up my camera while we were chatting. But okay, let me get that set up and then I'll switch to that camera. We are going to be making this sign. So I'm excited for that one. Does anybody have any questions too while I am setting this up? It looks like Brittany dropped those. Actually, you could address this one. Oh, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like she's gone.
April said every time. Okay, April, it has to do with the shape being totally sealed off. So sometimes it's just a little bitty gap that's open and it lets the color leak out into everything else. But now I did see her do that. What was she calling it? The 3 petals won't color. Okay. Is that, I think she might have had trouble.
Can you hear me now?
You are. We need you.
Yes. Okay, so April, if you go back and watch the replay, you'll see I show how to fix that. You with all the stamps and depending on what brushes you use, it's just that it leaks out sometimes. You have to adjust your color threshold, and to do that, whenever you drop your pencil, don't pick it up because you have to slide it back and forth to get the color threshold. If you go back and you pause the video and then replay it, just that few seconds where I show that, you'll get it. And
That
make sure
was
I'm right layer. Becky?
I didn't know that step, so I'm glad you showed that today. And I use Procreate all the time. So
yeah. We use it, I'm sure, for different ways and different things, but
yeah,
you learn something every day though. It's
absolutely
something new every day. That's why you need a teacher, y'all.
Yep. And you're a good one.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you,
So
April.
say it one more time about your while Chelly's coming back on.
Okay.
Next week, the date.
Oh, yeah. If you guys haven't signed up for this, this is going to be everything. You want to do this next week. It's going to be a blast. I'm going to show it on the iPad. I'm going to show it with the markers. I mean, this one with markers. I'm going to show. Oh, wait. I forgot. Where's I have one that I wanted to show that was watercolored. I think
we lost Chelly.
Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Where did it go? I want to show that.
Okay, I got mine set up if you want to find it, and then we can pop back over.
Oh, wait. No, I got it. Wait.
Okay.
We thought we lost you.
Let me do it so I can let y'all move on with the show. These are done with those markers I showed you a minute ago. So you can do it in color too. Yeah. Super fun. So sign up, $10. We've put the link in here a couple times.
We have. Okay. I think I'm ready.
And here's it framed.
That's so cute. We'll come back and I'll show that at the end too, without my big old arm in the way. All right.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You guys, when it's your turn, y'all should put your affiliate link in there and tell your people to sign up for with your link.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna mute unless you need me.
Okay. Well, feel free to unmute and chat because you know we love that, right?
Okay, sure.
All right. Okay. So I did a lot of prep so that we wouldn't have, because I know we had limited time. I assume you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
I have like so many.
Right.
Yes.
So let me show you. I put the link in where you could go to the blog after the live and you can see the list of supplies that I had for everything. This is the SVG, which is in our SVG shop, and it comes like this, so you can edit it if you want. And if you are an SVG club member, it is free. It's included with that. So, and if you're on the website, there is a special going on with that. But for now, let me go through. So that is the SVG that I used. And I just cut it apart because I want to fit it around my flowers. And the round is just a wooden round. And they came in a pack at Hobby Lobby. So they're not very thick. And I will probably attach it to a wooden, to a leaf wreath that I put on my door. So this way it's not very heavy and it won't cling around too much. And then the flowers are also from Hobby Lobby. And they're in their wooden section. So this is the one I had for that one. And then I just painted it black. And they also have a smaller one too. I thought I would show you guys. So these are super fun. Like, I think these would be really cute to paint it like a color and put it on here and then put it in a frame and hang them up like for decor. I could go on and on, but I won't. So those are the supplies. Oh, and then the paper. This is my favorite paper. I've been using this on a ton of different things. So I have it linked with the supplies, but it is just a burlap paper, but it's burlap, but it has paper on the back. So, when you're cutting burlap, you'd be able to see through it. And then all these things would fray off and it would be nonstop, right? It would just pretty much turn into nothing after a while. So this paper on the back holds it. You can cut it really easy with the scissors, or I use the rotary blade on my Cricut.
I love that. And did you say that came from Hobby Lobby? I've never seen it.
This one actually came from Joanna.
You've got the links. Okay.
But that is also, they do have it on Amazon too. So you can get it on Amazon now that sadly we don't have Joann's anymore.
Yeah.
And then I just put together some ribbon. I wasn't sure how long it would take me to ramble on and on. So this I did, it's normally what they call, I think, a pinwheel ribbon or pinwheel bow. And all I did was I cut 6-inch strips. And then the bee, I don't know why my voice got so loud there. Then the bee ribbon was just a little bit too thick. So I did one on the back for the base, and then I did another one and I cut it down the middle. So it was the same size width as these. And normally I would have used wire ribbon for this, but I looked in my drawer and thought, oh, this stuff will work great. And then when I took it out this morning to cut it, I realized it didn't have wire in it. So I do think that these bows probably look a little bit cuter at the end if they have wire in there, because then they stay where you want. But when I put this on, once you fan it out, you can always glue some of these down. And then also when it's hanging, you know, when it's not like this on your desk, but when it's hanging up, it will probably, or it will lay out better. So step one, paint the back. I just painted my white. And then I did take my sander to it and I sanded it just a little bit. And then I cut this out and then I painted this. So those were my first 3 steps. My vinyl is Caesar, excuse me, had to cough. So then the vinyl I used is the heat transfer vinyl, the HTV, and this is Caesar Easy Weed. So that is also linked right onto my website as well. And then I cut it apart because I want to make it fit around the flowers on here. So what I'm going to do is, it comes with the transfer sheet already with it, so you don't have to put it on there. I don't think that adhesive vinyl, just the sticky vinyl, would stay on this stuff, even the permanent. So that's why I went with the heat transfer vinyl. Now, I think what is cute with this is to have kind of everything overlap. And that, I think, gives it more depth. So having this kind of centered on there and then having these leaves come off the side, or these flowers come off the side a little bit. But I do need to make sure that there's room up here for my little bee. And once I get all this stuff placed, I'm going to iron it on. How many of you guys watching are Cricut users or cutting machine, Silhouette?
Did you already answer this question? I'm sorry, I may have missed it. Are the flowers wood?
Yes, they are wood.
Melody asked that question, and I didn't know if I'm, I might have missed you saying it.
And you could, if you don't have a Hobby Lobby that has these yet, or you don't have a craft store near you that has wooden die cuts, you could just cut out flowers. Or even just the sticker aisle. There's quite a few of them. All right, let me see how I had this, because when I laid it out, it all fit on here. I think if I were to cut this again, I would separate these, and then I would make the bead just a little bit smaller.
So she also asked if they were cut on a laser, but you bought them already like that, right?
The flowers I got at Hobby Lobby, yes.
Yeah.
But
so you didn't cut them at all.
I didn't cut them, and I don't have the files for those, but you could instead of buying them. All right, I think that's good.
You have lots of Cricut users here.
Nice. So the other thing I'm going to use here is a pressing pillow. And this is just a Teflon wrapped pillow, hence the name. You can get them on Amazon. That's also linked on there. But I am going to press it on there. I don't want to apply the heat to my painted wooden circle. Whoops. Let me unwrap. And I'm just going to use my hand, this little mini. But you could use a home iron, works very well too. And I'm trying to talk and count in my head at the same time. So that one's good.
I'm good at counting. You just tell me and I'll count for you.
Okay.
How long do you need?
Usually 10 seconds is all the Easy Weed needs. And now this one is not, we're not putting it on a shirt where it's going to be worn, or a hoodie or a tumbler or something like that. So these are pretty forgiving that way.
I had no idea you could do that with a craft iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like it would like melt it.
Yeah.
Right. And it depends on the type of vinyl. So there's some vinyls that it probably wouldn't, but this goes on, like you can see, pretty easily. Oh, I think I forgot to weed the inside of my bee swirl. Oh no, it is. So there.
I love that paper. Y'all, that's paper.
I know, isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that I hand cut my circle because it's kind of wobbly. And what I did, so this was, I wanted to use as much of my sign was bigger than I was anticipating, the wooden sign. So I thought, well, I could just cut this on my Cricut, but this is 12 by 12 and I wanted to get the very, very outer edge. So let me show you what I did if you guys want to do it. I grabbed the string. Oh, just kind of rough. So what I did is I just took a string like this and a sheet of paper. Let me grab one out of my tablet. And I did the thing like this, and then I kind of made a crease, and then I went this way and I kind of made a crease and found my center. I tied my pencil onto the string, and then I just held my thumb to the center, and it went like this. And then I just made a circle.
Did you learn that in school?
Probably. It was probably the only thing that I learned.
No, me too.
So that's how I did it, because I wanted to use as much of this as I could, just because this circle got a little bit bigger than I was anticipating I would buy. But I didn't think about that when I was at the store.
Yeah, Roseanne said the wobbly circle won't matter once it's all put together.
Right? Exactly. All right. So now let's see if my glue gun is hooked up. I need to buy a new one and I can't figure out which one I want to buy. So let me make sure. I think it needs to warm up a little. And then, so for this, then the next step we're going to do is just glue this right onto the board. And I'm going to eyeball it because I don't like to measure.
Does your cat ever just come on in to your class?
He used to, but I was just telling Kelly this morning when we were chatting that he's just kind of old now.
Oh, he's not curious anymore.
Nope. He would rather just take a little old nap.
Mine are all taking naps too.
Right.
You've already taught him everything. He knows
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You should have him teach a class. That's
Absolutely.
I do have a blog post on the blog where I have like a stuffed cat that looks like him, and his little like paws were pretending to like push it in and out of the heat iron. Okay, how much time do I have? I have 12 minutes.
I wonder if everybody would come if we did like have our pets pretend to make the things.
Right?
That's cute.
That is cute.
Thanks. Okay, let's see.
Kelly wants to see a Tuck's appearance.
I know, right? He is.
Does anybody ever use the other side, like that side? Or do they usually paint it?
On
that flower? Like, do they ever use the wooden natural side?
Yeah. You don't always have to paint it.
I love the black, but I was wondering.
Yeah. I think it would be really cute if you had colored paper or material, and then you just put it in a frame instead of like the circle, and then you could even paint them a color, I think, or just leave them plain. But I thought that would be cute.
Really pretty.
I saw them at Hobby Lobby in their like decor section, where they had one that was, I don't know, it seems like it was not this exact design, but it was very similar. They were painted navy blue, and then the background was just a beige color, and then they had a white frame, and it was really cute.
Roseanne wants to know who else is talking. She said she recognizes Chelly's voice. She said she came in late.
Oh,
you'll have
you
to
guys want to introduce yourself while I put the bow on?
Well, how about after you finish this part and
then we can
like we did
back.
a minute ago? Okay.
Yeah. And then for this, I had a staple gun out. Let me see. Now that I think about it, my staples might be too thick. And I don't want to.
You want
I
hot
have
glue?
this glass board, which is great. Like you can get paint on it. You can get just about anything on it. Ooh, that was loud. Yes, it went through. So you could hot glue these, but I feel like my door will get a little bit too warm, and then that might not hold. So
Talk about that thing underneath again.
that is the pressing pillow. So I use that when I do heat transfer. So I use it a lot with my little iron. And this, I think they were like $40 on Amazon. And I also use this little iron when I'm making quilts and stuff like that. It's just, it gets smaller and it's not quite as clunky.
Donna said that is stinking cute. But no, that bee is stinking cute. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. And then this was just a flower or a paper flower that I had in my stash. And there we go.
Adorable.
Cute.
Love it.
Thank you. So super easy. And like I said, this SVG, it actually comes with our SVG club. So I'm going to drop a quick link to that. It is, there we go. I'll put myself back up on the camera now.
She has an SVG club. Did you talk about it much? Or
so I did not. So there we go. So the SVG club, it includes all the SVGs in the shop, and there's about 300 of them in there now. We add a new one every week. And for Mother's Day weekend or May weekend or whatever you want to call it, we're doing $40 off.
That's amazing. So if they just click that link, does it take them the 40 off already?
Yes. So if you go to that link and then it tells you a little bit more about the club, and then it will, I tried to drop it. Facebook is giving me an error, so I'll pop over there.
It's on mine. I see it.
It did? Okay.
The link. Maybe not on. Yeah, it did for mine.
Okay. Well, maybe I might have posted it twice. So sorry about that. But yeah, all the SVGs are included. And if you sign up for this $40 off, next year when it renews, you still get the $40 off next year. So whatever price you jump in at, you can continue to get
grandfathered in. I love that.
Yeah. So, and then you can make, like, how quick was this? Great for Mother's Day, birthday. If you're going to a friend's house, you're staying with her or whatever, bring her a cute sign.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
So
you'd be on her good side, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mary. I know. I'm
so sorry.
Mother's Day can be very difficult.
Yeah.
For so many reasons. So that's why I said it's for May. It's our May special.
Yeah. Yeah. We were going to do a Mother's Day thing and we decided to do a be creative instead.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So do we want to introduce ourselves real quick again?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So I went first. I'm Christie Daugherty. I teach hand lettering and doodling, and I love these ladies. We got connected. I knew them before, but we got really connected last year and wanted to pop in and do a pop-up event with you guys together. And we might have to do this again. I think it's super fun.
It is. All right. Pam, you want to go?
Yeah. I'm Pam Coxwell. I'm an artist and I teach mixed media painting, lettering for scripture journaling, and just added a new printable club where I'm taking some of my designs I've had for hundreds of years, not really, but I'm giving my older artwork new life, and it's been a whole lot of fun.
And you're going to show that right now, right?
That's right.
Yeah. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to make the journal with you too after the live. But I'm a craft.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say I'm a craft blogger. So I have been making SVGs and doing Cricut crafts, and I also have a Caesar Romeo, which is the really big one. And just I enjoy crafting. I enjoy designing. So that's been kind of my passion. And then I also love connecting with those creative business owners who are making signs like this and selling them, and they are needing a little help with marketing. So I also have a group where we do a marketing workshop and then a co-working session every month.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah. All right. Should we jump into Pam's?
Great.
Okay, if you guys want to drop your comments.
And Patricia was the one that asked about who we were behind the scenes. And she says, I love this event. All my favorite ladies.
Oh,
Thank you. That's so sweet.
You're our
Thank
favorite.
Thank y'all. Okay, everybody. All right. So what I have is a bumblebee that I painted several years ago and decided to make it into a printable to craft with today, and I could not stop at one. So it turned into a 12-page bee bundle. So knowing me and how my brain just goes and goes and goes, I know I'm going to go ahead and tell you right to start with, I won't be able to finish the whole thing today, but I'm going to give you an overview. And then I've already scheduled my Friday. I usually go live on Fridays at noon. I've gone ahead and dedicated to spending that time giving you more ideas of what you can use these printables for. So I think I have the link. Whenever Chelly has time, she can pop it in here, but it's called the Bee Bundle. And I love those little bees, Roxanne. So I always have a hero image. So this is the bumblebees, and I think there's 4 background pages. So I'm going to show you the pages, and then I'm going to give you some ideas of how to use it. But my main project with this is a gratitude journal, because I have learned, and I'm sure most of you know this, probably all of you know this, that it's when we have a grateful heart, when we're focused on the things we're grateful for, it kind of minimizes those things that are bothering us or the things that are not working right. So this is a great place to record some of those things. So here's another one of the background pages. And so what I did with mine is I went ahead and I printed, there's an email address that I was looking for. How about that? I went ahead and printed out my pages. And so I printed some of mine on sticker paper. I have fallen in love with sticker paper, and I'm going to give you some ideas for that. I also printed it on Canon matte photo paper, and I forgot to get a link for that, but it's Canon matte photo paper. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry's one of my printable ladies. She does all the things with me. This is another one of the background pages, and I'm calling it the Bee Scratch. But what I did is I pulled elements from the main designs and color matched it so that it's kind of like a scrapbook bundle of paper. I don't know about y'all, but I love scrapbook paper, and I love to keep my pages together. Hey, Marilyn, because I know that I can pull anything from that book of scrapbook paper and it's going to match, it'll coordinate. And so that's how I do my bundles. So this is what it looks like on paper, but then I also printed it on vellum, and I'm going to use this one as a little page divider in just a second. All right, another thing that's in this bundle is the larger variation of this flower, and I printed it on that heavier weight paper, and I think I also printed it on that sticker paper, but I like to go ahead and print it on a variety of things. Here's another one of the background papers. You love the Bee Scratch one? I do too, April. I do too, and I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so these are the little dots, the little bee dots, and so I printed that on the heavyweight paper, but I also printed it on the vellum, and I'm going to show y'all my idea for that. And in my group, in my printable group, it's an amazing group of ladies who are very skilled in so many different areas. And so these printables, I'm seeing them as a resource. It's where I'm taking my artwork, I'm formatting it for you to use in your creativity projects. All right, this is another pattern that I created, and it's got the little droplets on it, and this blue, that teal blue, coordinates with the other things. So that's what you'll find as the background. That'll just give you an idea. All right, the other parts of this that will still kind of work into this is this page is called, I call them tapes, like washi tapes, but you could use them as borders. You could use them as bookmarks, lots of ways you can use these. Last night in our short name for it is CAP, Creative Art Printables. In our CAP Zoom, one of our members did the class and she made a journal from this. She did a journal, made it like that. So I just love this group. All right, so this is on sticker paper and on cardstock. I'm going to give you some ideas for that. And now let me show you about this. All right, so we talked about, and I see, so I want to read this out loud. So Roseanne said, "You are so right. I have focused on my gratitude for almost 54 years with my husband and all the blessings and support I have received instead of wallowing in self-pity since I lost him in February." Y'all, this is life or death. It's life or death. Because every single one of us, we have really hard things that we're walking through. And if you whatever you focus on is what you give power to. So I'm super excited about this journal because there's so many ways you can use these printables. Lots of ways. You can make cards with them. You can make little signs. Lots of things. Lots of things. But take Roseanne's advice and you zero in on the things that you can be grateful for. And it doesn't erase the loss because the loss is great. But by focusing on the loss, it does lead to self-pity. It leads to almost despair. So this is how we can balance it back out and be thankful. So what I have made with this is some little prompts. So the idea with this is just to get you thinking. That's what a prompt basically is. So if you notice, each one has, well, most of them have dots. So the reason I did it this way is you can cut these out, put them on different pages, and let one page be, I've seen God's handiwork, ... List those things. It's like a brain dump, almost like a spiritual brain dump. This one says praise him. That's where you could list all the ways that you can praise him. This one is so powerful. He is. We have to remind ourselves who he is. He is good. He's a good father. He's my protector. All of those things. This is just a tool to help get your ideas going and help you refocus. And we all have to do this from time to time. This one right here says, I've seen his goodness, ... You list those places, and then the goal is you keep adding to that and building a good list of all the ways you've seen God's goodness. And he knows that we need these reminders. He knows we're going to forget. So these are just tools, resources to help you remember. We all need help with our rememberer, don't we? All right. So this one says, I am grateful for, and Roseanne started us out great with this. Down here at the bottom, his grace is sufficient for, guess what? That's where I can redirect my mind and say, this is hard right now, but his grace is sufficient for whatever. You list it. Make it as personal as you can get it. This one right here says, remember what he said. So I think it was last month. I don't remember. I do a Tuesday Facebook Live every Tuesday where we do lettering for scripture journaling. I don't spend a whole lot of time teaching lettering. I focus on using it for scripture journaling. And one of the things we talked about, I heard it, it was right before Easter, whenever that was, a pastor say, who told you that? Every now and then we need to ask ourselves that. Who told you that? Who told you that? So if it's I can never do anything right, you need to ask yourself, who told you that? And so this page is helpful because sometimes you might get confused on, well, I don't really know, because that might be true, but that doesn't line up with what God says. Okay. So all of these are prompts just to get you started and you to make this personal for you. Then the last page that you're going to find in here, and we'll work through some of these, are more little prompts, but I'm going to use them today with y'all as dividers. I want to use these right here. Let's see, praise. These 4. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 as little dividers in this little gratitude journal that I'm about to make with you. These little borders and frames, you could put verses in there. You could put people's name that you're praying for. There's so many ways, y'all, that you can use these. Okay, so that's the overview. The last page that I need to show you, I can't remember if I showed you this or not, but anyway, it's this page. So if you've never made a journal before, I wanted to make it really simple. And so the way I have this set up, you could print this on a piece of cardstock or just heavyweight paper. I trimmed mine down just a little bit. I buried mine. Hold on, it's under here. Here it is. It's right here. So I trimmed mine down just a little bit. And then I got one of these corner cutters like this. And so I did each corner with my little corner thing. And then I have some just copy paper, and I cut it down. Let me just show you. I'll turn my camera around. Let's see. Is this a kit you put out? It is a digital kit, Tammy. It is the Bee Bundle. And I think Chelly has put that link in there for y'all. It may be just a little bit up, but it's called the Bee Bundle. And it's 12 pages of printables that are for your personal use. It's not to resell. Because this is a business and this is how I pay my employees and all that stuff. So it's not for you to resell, but it is for you to use for your personal use. Okay, so let me show you. Let me flip this camera so I can show you. All right. Thank you, Chelly, for reminding Christie for reminding me I know how to do this. Okay, so these are all of those pages I was telling you about. This is just a little hint. This is how I've been doing it. There's lots of ways to do this. Let me turn my light on. Whenever I make a new bundle, I just go ahead right then and I go ahead and start printing out. And so I went ahead and printed some of these out on sticker paper. And then I've got some printed out on the matte paper. This one, let me show you this. I think we were talking about this last night. I think I'm getting confused where I was when we were talking about this. But this one, I saw this lady on, I don't know where I saw her. Maybe it was on Instagram. But she makes stickers and she does tutorials for stickers. And she prints hers on sticker paper, but before she cuts it down, she uses this self-adhesive laminating sheets. I have a machine, but but this is one you don't have to have a machine for. So I just wanted to get them and try them, and they are very sturdy. I mean, like, they are very, very sturdy. This is, I thought it might say the weight, but it does not. So let me show you what I did. All right, so I printed it out. And I printed this one on cardstock. And then I put that clear self-adhesive laminating sheet on it. And I trimmed it down. And I did that because I wanted it to be sturdy. And I'm going to use this as a tab. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to put this one to the side, and then these two, I'm just going to keep them clipped together. This is what I've been doing, and it's helping me keep up with my stuff. I just binder clip it together by the design. So this one right here is another one that I was showing you, and I printed this one on sticker paper because I want to use this one on some of the pages inside there. So I'm going to put that to the side. This is what it looks like on printing it on that photo matte paper, the Canon photo matte paper. I have an idea with this that some of our prompts, I know for myself, I could use them in places where I am throughout the day. So it could be that, let me see where I put my little clip. You could take this, cut it down, and glue it to a clothespin. And I didn't realize it would do this, but it's actually standing up, but clip it by your computer or by your sink where you brush your teeth every morning. You could glue it to one of these little wooden things and put it in a potted plant. Put it around different places, because this could be a prompt just while you're washing dishes. And then while you're washing dishes, you could read this prompt, I've seen God's goodness, and start saying it out loud. There's power in the spoken word. So that's another idea with these. Okay. And then this is my little bumblebee paper, and I printed it onto sticker paper, and I'm also going to use it for one of my dividers. All right, let me see, I'm doing on time. All right, and then the last one, let me move this. I'll have so much stuff on my desk that I won't even be able to move. Are y'all like that? So this is some of the tapes. I printed them on sticker paper, and I went ahead and cut them down to save some time. And so I'm going to pull that out too. I'll use that also. So let me move this to the side. And these are the vellum. So I'm going to move them to the side for right now while we work on this little journal. So this is, oh, my brain. I tell my ladies all the time that creativity feeds creativity. So you can show me an idea and it's going to spur me creatively. I can show you an idea and it's going to spur your creativity. So I was working on these journals, and April had asked me the other day, what do we need? And I was struggling to answer because I couldn't settle on something. But I've done lots of journaling workshops using this type of journal. So that was my plan. My plan was I was going to cover the front of this and the back of it and use this. And I'm still going to do it. And then I've got these little ones, and I was thinking this would be a good gratitude journal to carry with you in your Bible bag or your purse and list things as you find it. But let me show you what got me sidetracked. And I was almost late because I got sidetracked with this. So this is a journal. This is what it used to look like. I don't remember how many years ago it was, but years ago, I read a book by Becky Tarabasi. She used to go, it was probably in the early 2000s. So it was a long time ago, but she used to go around and speak on prayer. And she had a notebook, and it had dividers. And basically those topics that I just showed you were the dividers. And she had a system where she had an hour set aside every day that she prayed, and she worked through her notebook. So y'all, when I found this earlier today, I got really sidetracked. So I had already pulled out, I saw these napkins at, I can't remember if it's TJ Maxx or Ross, TJ Maxx. And I grabbed them because I knew that they were the color that was in this design. So I went ahead. Mod Podge and I have a love-hate relationship. So I went ahead and did the Mod Podge on here just to save time. So I'm going to do this journal today with you on Friday, depending on how much time, how far I get with this today. Hey, Shania. I'll cover some of these as well, but I really want you to see some of the things that you can do with this, okay? And then I've also got this one. So this is the one that I told you that you could just take that printable, print it out on the heavyweight paper, fold it in half, like this is how it looked. This is how it looked. You fold it in half. I trimmed off a little bit at the top and the bottom, and I got a really good crease in there. Then I took the small patterned flowers. I printed them off on the heavyweight paper, did the same process, folded it in half. Then I took some copy paper and I folded it in half. And so I still had to trim some off the edges. And I have a stapler that's got a really long arm. And so I just stapled it. So I love travel journals. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with those or not, but that's kind of the style that I wanted to do. This is a travel journal, and it's meant, I've used this for years and years. It's got all of these small little notebooks in there, and these awesome ladies that I spend time with, they said that's called a signature. Oh, yeah. But I always call them little small little notebooks, but they're called signatures. And look how it's held together. So the point of using these is you fill it up, then you pull it out and put a new journal in there. So I fill these things up with scripture. I take it to church with me. So when I started doing these printables, I knew I wanted to make one like this, but with my artwork on it. So that's what I did last month. This is the one I made last month with my ladies. And this is our April printable, from our April printable bundle. And I printed this onto canvas paper. Did y'all know they have canvas paper? And I was able to make a journal with my artwork. And I made the little signatures on the inside with those little rubber band things. So there's so many ways that you can use these so that you can make a record. That's the point of this. We need to make a record of God's goodness, of scripture. That's what's going to help keep us out of the ditch. So this is the very simple journal right there. I want to come back and I'm going to make some more of these. And I'll add more into this. And I'll use that little rubber band thing that I made. Let me show you. So let's see our time. Okay, so this is stretchy cord, and all I have to do is take this and pull it around like this. I'm trying to do this kind of quickly, and of course everything's getting tangled up. Does that happen for y'all as well, to get tangled up? Tell me in the comments if you like to journal. I would love to know. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not really good about journaling my thoughts. I use my journal as a catcher's mitt whenever I hear words of truth, whether it's in a sermon or if it's in a song. I love to grab words of truth from songs. Prayers, I'll journal that. That's what I fill my journals up with. And often I'll go back and I'll reread some of those things that I had written. And you know what it does? It helps build my faith. It helps build my faith. And it reminds me of what I already know. So that's just a simple little way that you could make a small, simple journal. So just say that we're going to do one from a notebook. Once you start doing this, you're going to want to cover everything. I've got so many things that I've recovered. So I used Mod Podge. I covered it with a layer of Mod Podge. I've let it dry. It was kind of wrinkly, so I used my iron and smoothed it out. So now let's look. All right, so let's look at these prompts. I've got ask, seek, find, and then praise. So I'm going to do my praise first, and I'm just going to cut this out like with my scissors like this, and I'm going to put it first because it works out really good if we can kind of get our attention on him, who he is, thank him for who he is. It just helps redirect our thoughts to be able to do that. So I want to start with that.
We do have a couple comments I'll share as you're crafting.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Paula says she doesn't journal, but she uses them for her sermon or to rewrite neatly in the journal.
Yes, that's me too, girl.
To go back over them. So that's a good idea too. And then Tammy says she's just getting into it and learning how to make them and using them. Like it's two different things. And I don't think we realized that right away.
Absolutely. Thank you for reading that.
Sure. Yeah. Donna says she loves to create them, but doesn't always write in them.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good way to start, right?
I do. I really do. And I think that once you start, because, we can make a lot of stuff. And I do this with planners. I'm really bad about buying planners and not using them. And so the key, I think,
a lot.
yeah. The key is to do it the way you will use it, So I'm looking for my little sticker paper that
That's
I
so
just
good.
And I'm just giving you an idea of how I'm using it, and you can adapt it to the way that will work for you. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do.
Like these could even be artwork. Like you could take these printables and you could put this in a frame. And so if you're not a journaler, there's tons that you can still do with these. They're so cute.
Thank you for saying that, Chelly, because so we show how to use it as frameable art, home decor, card making. Lots of our ladies do cards. Yes, lots of ways to use them. I'm just choosing the gratitude today because we're doing our bee theme, but we could absolutely frame these. Okay, so then we'll take a little glue dot and maybe, Joyce, what you can do, this is what helps me, is now I keep my Bible and my journal together. And my husband knows this because there's been many times that we've been late for church because I didn't have my Bible and my journal and I had to run back inside and get it. I just dropped my journal, so I can't show you, but I keep it together. And I always use a small one so that it sticks together and then I can just take notes. All right, so I've got this left over and we don't want to throw this away, y'all. We can make bookmarks out of this. We could cover a candle with this. I just did a candle earlier today. This is a candle I found at Dollar General and I took, this is May printables and I'm covering it. And I've got this, I'm going to give it to my sister, but it was a $5 candle. And I even decorated the lid and it could be propped up and used as a little decorative reminder also. You could even use this paper, especially this one, and frame it and add a scripture verse on top of that, or so many of y'all have the, what do you call those things? The cutter things. So you could also cut out somebody's name and put that on there. Lots of ways you could use it. All right, so this is just a simple way you could do the dividers. And I'm not going to stop and punch that hole, but then you would fill your pages. And do your prompts. So let's do this to save time. Hold on just a moment. Let's do it this way because I really do want you to see this. All right, so let's get one of these. Let's do some of these. So you could have a few pages set aside. And for those of you with cutters, I think you could probably cut these, but you could just do the fussy cut.
I find that this step is just therapeutic for me. Like it's working with your hands, it's scientifically proven, but it lights something up. And sometimes
I agree. I really
do journal in it. Just making the journal is the part that will help, right?
I agree. And these would make good gifts, ladies. Do you have anybody, especially girls graduating? You could make them a journal. So here's how you could do this. You could have a little signature or a little notebook for each one of these prompts, or you could have the prompts just throughout one particular journal. It's up to you, but this is just an idea, okay? Of course, this is not gonna come off. All right, I'm gonna keep moving. All right, so that's how you could do this journal, this little one. Or you could put this in the other journal. So let me show you something else you can do with our scraps. Let's trim this down. I'm trying to keep a check on the comments, but tell me if I'm not seeing something, Chelly.
Yeah, so Patricia said that was very pretty. She's never made a journal, but it's a great way to save those important thoughts, art, recipes.
Yes.
So many things. And I love Vicky's comment. She said that she just wanted to say she thought she was going to watch a craft demonstration during her lunch hour, but has been really blessed by all of us ladies and your inspiration of faith. So,
oh, well, good.
That's so sweet, Vicky. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody's comments too about how they're enjoying it and how it's opening up your creativity. Sharing those, I think, is always good because we just need somebody else to give us a new idea, take it a new direction.
I totally agree. Do y'all read? Are any of you big readers?
It puts me to sleep. I wish I was a reader.
No, sorry.
I'm a Netflix watcher.
I like to do crafts.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Tell us about your book experience.
Well, this is a little bookmark.
No, I like to make bookmarks. I just don't like to read.
Right. I'm with you, sister. Okay, so look at these little magnets. All right, so look at what we can do with our scraps. Then I'm going to show you one more thing with scraps.
And those are cute for the Bible too. So I do use them.
Yes, yes. Okay, we've got some readers in here saving the day. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, so these could be little bookmarks. Probably didn't need a magnet that big. The little page markers like this. And then you could put a little bee on here. Let's see which one of these guys we want to get.
That's a cute idea.
I promise you, once you start playing with these, it's like fireworks start going off in your brain and it just feels so good. It's probably a, what do you call that stuff? Dopamine?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love these bees. They're so cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
I did a whole series of them. Y'all, so what Chelly was showing you earlier is I license my artwork and to manufacturers. And so you'll see some of my artwork from time to time in Hobby Lobby. and sometimes in Kirkland's. I think this is a sticker, but I'm not sure. I don't think it is a sticker. Okay, it's not a sticker. I can't remember what I stuck and what I did not stick. But I made these for a licensing project, and they ended up not using them. So I've been using them and having fun with them. All right, so I think I want him to hang his little wing off the edge. So there's a little page marker for all of these are gift ideas, whether you give the gift to yourself or someone else. But I'm looking for ways to encourage you, to show you that you don't have to do a lot to help yourself, and you are worth investing in. And look at this.
Cute.
Look, I didn't even think about this. It just kind of popped up and it worked. So
Love it.
Right. Once you start, you can't stop.
I know. So I want to encourage you to take time to be creative, but also do things that are going to help you. I want to leave this just a little bit because this is going to go in something. I don't know what.
Probably a plant or something, like you said.
Yeah.
So, you want to leave a little room.
Yeah, so think of these as little triggers. We know triggers as a negative thing, but they can also be a positive thing. So you could see something like this and remember, oh yeah, I have so much to be thankful for. I'm so thankful for the sun today, or I'm so thankful that it rained today, or whatever.
So thankful for my coffee today.
Yes, yes. And then you could cut out another little bee and put him on the top and put this. Oh, it's 1:32, girls. All right, let's get this bee down.
But I could just sit and watch you craft all day.
Well, I felt the same with you and Christie. So this is something you could definitely do while you're sitting on the couch watching TV. You don't probably want to look at the TV while you're cutting, but
Right. That's what the Friends reruns are for, right?
yeah, you can just listen and look up and down, but it's good for your heart, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right. And I would love to know, as she's putting this together, did you guys enjoy this? Was this format good with all three of us on? Should we do it again?
That's a great question.
And if we do it again, what should we do?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I love having a theme where we all we do our own take on whatever the theme is. I think that's fun.
I do too. I love a theme also.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all
also
get the idea. Y'all have the idea now of you can even use your scraps and yeah, so many ideas. All right. Anybody have questions?
I think we kind of got through the questions as
perfect. Oh, here's my little thing. This is what I was doing with this. Then you can just put a little dangly thing on there. So lots of things you can do. Let me change my camera.
I love seeing the comments. They said, yes, it's been wonderful. Really like watching all three of us.
Good. Good.
That's good. We weren't sure if it was going to be too long, if it was going to be too hard to see, but it was, sometimes when we're up here and we're just crafting and then you guys are watching, it feels so lonely. So this was more
it's so fun to have y'all like a real voice.
I totally agree. It's very exciting.
So Brenda says we need to do it again. Yay. And then Donna was saying seasonal themes would be fun in Bible journaling. She loves that. She's very creative.
Yeah, lots of fun comments.
Be sure to go follow everyone too. If you don't already do that, that'd be great. We would love that.
Yes, that would be nice.
Absolutely. And I didn't even say what my business was. I said who I was, but I mean, obviously it's on the screen, Create with Christie, but make sure y'all are following all three of us. Some of you I noticed were following either just Pam and Chelly or just me and Pam or, just two of us. So it's kind of fun that you get to meet a new friend.
That's right. Hey, Gloria, I didn't know you were here. Pam Sterling.
I'm going to drop, and I don't know if we mentioned this, but I'm going to drop your printable club in the comments, Pam, so that
Thank you.
anybody's interested in that.
We-
So this is separate from the bee bundle that you showed us, right?
Yes, yes. But the bee bundle is an example of what we do in the printable club.
Okay.
And I'll
Perfect.
finish the journals on Friday. So if you have time on Friday, join me at noon over on my Facebook page, and we'll do some more in the journal. And I won't go.
And then can I tell them about my Devos and Doodles? I've
Yes.
been doing this for about 5 years or longer. I don't even know. But on Mondays, that reminded me when you said that Fridays, on Mondays at noon, I do Devos and Doodles. So we do a little devotional, and then I do a little hand lettering or doodling that has to do with the lesson that we did. So
Love it.
Love it. And I'm dropping your link to your workshop that you have coming up.
Yes.
So
thank you. Don't forget about this. If y'all have not signed up for this, you're gonna be blessed. I promise you. It's Monday. It's Monday through Thursday, 4 days, 4 full days, and you can watch the replay. Give access for 30 days. It's gonna be fun. And the things that we're gonna make, you're gonna be able to give as gifts as well. And it's gonna give you ideas. Like, just because I'm showing you how to do it on hymnal paper, your mind's going to go crazy. Like Pam was talking about how the creativity just goes and goes. You're going to be thinking of all these things that I haven't even thought of yet, right? Some of you may not even want to write on hymnal paper, but maybe you have an old book and you want to write on old book pages, that kind of thing. There's just and in Bible journaling, like it reminds me of what I did in my Bible for Bible journaling. So it just goes everywhere.
Yes.
Thank you, Oriana.
I don't think I put this up, but I should have put this up when we were talking about it. This is like the example of everything Pam showed us with her printable club.
Thank you.
So,
that's a cute graphic. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sometimes I wonder how to make graphics that try to show so many things. That's cute.
Yes. I love the washi tape that you had in there, Pam. That was a fun. I
I
have
love
washi
that.
paper that I need to use, so I should print it out on there. I didn't know they had paper, so it's 8.5 by 11 sheets. I think you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
I got it at a local craft store, but you can print.
I bought some of those laminating sheets too for some things that we were doing. And my daughter, she made something like made a sticker to put on a container. And I forgot why we used them. So say that again. You put it on before you cut it out?
Yes, and it's different. You know how when you use laminating sheets, when you are running it through a laminator, it laminates on the front and the back. This only laminates on one side.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It is so sturdy. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. I have a ton of it and I don't know what to do with it now because we just needed one sheet of it, of course.
Yeah.
The girl that I watched, she was making journals with it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Now I know.
It's so good to see Sandy and Marilyn. So
many comments.
I know.
I'm gonna drop my SVG special one more time. So if anybody needs that link.
That's a great deal, Chelly. That's a great deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And it's just an easy way to start crafting, and then you can spend more time crafting because you just have access to so many different projects too that go with the SVGs.
And these are examples of some that are.
Yep, these are some of them over on the blog. So
you're so funny.
I think that was it. Well, unless you guys have anything else to share.
It was fun. Thank you. Thank you for driving for us.
Yeah.
You're a good driver.
I'm glad. If we could take a minute and just thank the tech guru.
Well, I think too, what I loved is we did 3 completely different things. Like, so hopefully it, touched some different people in different ways, learning something new, but also, I don't know, seeing something you appreciate, you may never do, but you appreciate kind of thing also.
So many different ways to use the digital files. It's so fun. All right. Well, it's nice to meet you ladies in the chat. I appreciate you coming on with us.
Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
Yeah. Stay tuned. I'm sure we'll do this again. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank you all.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.